Welcome to the Exit 333 podcast, coming to you from Plymouth White Marsh High School, where Kevin and the crew talk about anything they feel like.
We have returned. I know, like always with this podcast, it seems to either be there's a bunch of podcasts right next to each other, or we spread them over 3 months and do like one podcast a month. There was supposed to be one on Monday, April 6th. That didn't happen. And now we're here on the 23rd, a few weeks after, with the same person. And I've gone back and forth on who I was going to end up having on this one. And we're back with Miss Joy. I know her very, very well as my math teacher in 9th grade to save my math grade in 9th grade. And then Brielle, back like always. Mm-hmm. Hi.
Hi.
And Miss Joy, welcome.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me.
So, a bunch of random topics to get into, but first things first. It's been a while since we've talked. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of all of my stories that I have to go over, but like we missed the trip. I went on a senior trip. I went to Florida a different time, and different little stories that I actually don't think either of you have heard. And that can kind of go either direction. I mean, you both heard the crab story. We'll go back. I'll tell the crab.
I heard the crab story.
I'll tell the crab story a different day.
I heard the British cheerleader story.
Isn't there a story like on a kayak or?
That's the crab story.
Okay, that's the crab story.
Yeah,
funny.
that was the crab story.
Nice.
We'll get the crab story back to. I think Miss Downer still hasn't heard that, so maybe when I get Miss Downer on here.
Well, I do have a Florida kayak story, but it's just nothing real exciting. But it was glow in the dark.
Oh, did you do that?
Yeah, we did the nighttime neon kayak tour.
Oh, nice.
And so that was a good time. I went there with my kids.
Now, did you see anything?
Absolutely not. It was murky. I saw neon. The tour guide just kind of picked up stuff. We did not have much luck. We put the net in.
Depressing.
We didn't get anything,
That's sad.
but we got a workout. Then we got to be outside in warm weather and on a kayak.
Duo kayaks, right?
Yes.
Double kayaks, yeah.
Yes.
Do you prefer the double kayak or the single kayak?
I would prefer it if the second person in my kayak was actually helping. But
No, I know. Or doing all of it.
My daughter is not the best helper in the world. She likes to complain about my driving of a kayak, but
So then, did you do this with your daughter and your son? So did he
Yes.
have a partner?
no. He was the odd man out, so he was by himself. So I have a picture of him. He just like kind of laid on the kayak and just chilled. So I was a little jealous of that.
Yeah, I double kayaks seem to normally be, if you don't have a great pairing with the double kayak, then it's never going to go well. I don't know, Brielle, have you done double kayaking?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've done double and I've done single, and double's definitely a lot better.
Better.
Yeah, because I just let the second person do all the work.
There you go.
Well,
like my
that's-
daughter.
A
There we go.
I do.
You get along great.
I've done double kayaks with my mom and Caleb. And Caleb I've done, and we can do it pretty well. And then me and my mom can also do it pretty well. I just remember the first time we ever did it. We were out in San Diego in the ocean. And ocean kayaking is nothing like just river or all that. It's a whole different animal. You got the waves you're dealing with, it floating, whatever. So me and mom never did a double kayak before. I forget who was in the back or who was in the front. And I remember we got so far into it where with double kayaks, for anyone who doesn't know, you have to talk. Like you have to be in communication with the person to not go. You're all going in these different flailing your arms, like one person in the water on the right side, one's on the left side, and you're really going nowhere.
Right.
And so I remember neither of us, we kept getting frustrated with the kayaks and kept smacking the sticks into each other. And finally that was when we were talking, oars. We were finally decided when we were done, or like we're in the middle of the group, and because it's a tour, so you're going with other people. So we decided that, this is not working, let's just stop talking. And it honestly worked better because we were talking and yelling at each other on which way to do it. We just stopped talking and we looked and followed and we didn't talk the whole time, and it worked.
Yeah.
So there's two options to do it.
Yeah. Well, I will say with ours, it was more like bumper kayaks because, like you said, it was a group and there was one tour guide that you couldn't really hear. And he's like, come over here, come over. So like everybody's trying to get over there. So people are crashing in. Everyone's like, sorry. But
Now is
actually, if they called it bumper kayaks, I would give them 5 stars. But since it was not bumper kayaks, I did not give them 5
now
stars.
where in Florida was this?
This was Venice, so Gulf Coast.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Actually, Sarasota is where the actual place
Now,
was.
did he
Oh, it's
take
where
you
my aunt
out?
lives.
Did he take you out in the harbor, or were you in like a canal type thing?
Yes.
That was a question, not a yes or no answer.
That means
Were you
I
afraid?
don't
Kinda
know.
Weird.
No, I'm saying like, were you in a big open body of water, or were you just in
No.
like a?
No,
Like a
lagoonish kind of.
Okay, because I know
area.
when we did it in Key West, we did the nighttime kayaks, and it was one of the greatest experiences because we saw a sea turtle right underneath us.
That's awesome.
Get out.
Yeah,
You
I
did
really
not.
thought that I was going to have like these clear waters because when you went to the Gulf, like
clear,
the
yeah.
water is so
Yeah.
clear,
Mhm.
but it was so murky,
Yeah.
and I was thinking I was going to be able to look down and just
Maybe
see,
I gave
and I'm
me-
like, nah,
Maybe I gave you false advertising from when I went down there for Key West.
that's what you
Well,
do.
Key West is
Wow. Wow.
False advertising.
Okay. Well, Key West had the kayaks and the clear bottom kayaks, and that was one of the coolest things I remember doing. And this is in the islands are so spread out, but there was so much open water, and the tour guide was kind of her own. It was like her own business. You're like, oh, we're trusting this random person to take us
Mhm.
into the middle of the dark water,
Right.
where like you gotta trust them. And this is a big open space of water, not on the ocean side, but more on the other side. But there's no waves in the Keys
Mhm.
because of the reefs.
Mhm.
So like it's like a nice calm area, and the water was clear. The neon lights were blue or whatever. We had them at white, so you could actually see sea turtles, fish. We saw so many things, and that was a fun trip when we were down there. Did you do anything over spring break other than get your wisdom teeth out?
That was absolutely terrible, but I got to spend a lot of time with my friends, and I forgot what else I did. Oh yeah, and I got to spend a lot of time with my family too, well, celebrating the holidays, but I mean, recovering from my wisdom teeth took up a crap ton of time. It was terrible. I do
sure.
not recommend it, and I hope that
Do you have siblings?
I have 2 sisters.
Younger or older? Or...
Older. Or not older, younger.
Got it.
You're the elderly one.
The elderly one. Wow, what a nice way to
The
put
role
that one.
model.
The role model. That's a nice way to say
I
it.
try my best. I'm not always the greatest, but
That's a nicer way to put it.
yeah, you just call me elderly. Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
I don't think I did. It's all in good fun.
I'm not sure that there's a positive
Elderly.
use of the word elderly, is there?
No, but there's not really a positive use of getting older. Is there?
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, anyway, we were talking about this today, and I think this could kind of springboard in a couple of directions before I get into airports, which I think everyone has their own airport
Oh,
story in their
God.
life. But we're looking around the school, and if anyone listening to this podcast doesn't go to PW or go to the school, go to high school anywhere and listen to this, I don't know if you would understand the trends that slowly start reappearing in here. We were down on the senior trip, and I remember sitting at the pool and watching this group of boys. I don't know, 10 boys.
I know where this.
in a
I know
group,
exactly where this
in a
is
group,
going.
and they're playing this game. How did hacky sack become popular again?
I know. I saw a whole group.
How? I don't know.
I played Block 2 today.
Really?
I saw
I
a whole
did.
group in Sea Lunch doing it.
Yeah. It was
A whole group of
I
guys
think today
outside.
was hacky sack day, maybe, because
It's a
I had a bunch of kids come in right before our quiz and they were doing it and they were like, will you join the circle? And I'm like, sure. So we just
It's-
did
How
a
is this
little
coming
hacky
back?
sacking before our quiz today.
like we didn't think it on the trip at the pool. There was a big group, and we're like trying to leave. And I think Culp was walking. We're all walking by, and we're all trying to leave. And that whole big group of guys is sitting there with like a crowd also of other PW kids
Yeah.
watching them play, and they're not that bad at it. Like they're
Yeah.
pretty good. They're
People
pretty
are good.
skilled at it. I'm like, this is the type of thing, like, where did that come from, and why has
don't know.
how has it returned? Not saying I'm disappointed in it at all. It's fun to watch and see that type of thing come back, but like, why?
Well, I really feel like everything from my generation of teenage years is all coming back.
That's what my mom
The
said. My
music,
mom said we're
you guys
stealing
listen
everything
to the
from
songs we listen to.
Mhm.
I mean, the styles. There's so many things
them.
that
Everything's coming back.
really parallel to what it was like when I was in high school in the the 80s.
Yeah, it is fascinating, like following that like group of kids. Like we were outside, and this is where Caleb will always die on this hill, is there should be some form of a outdoor recess type thing for high schoolers in some
I agree.
way, shape, or form.
I agree
And
completely.
I agree with that, and we can bring that up with Caleb next time, probably with Miss Downer. But like just seeing that, I can't like all of a sudden that's the thing. There were 3 groups in B lunch of different circles. Everyone, it's not
I
that,
approve of it.
There was a big group out at
activity.
sea lunch.
Yeah,
It's not staring at a phone. It's with other people.
it's awesome.
I applaud it.
It's
Yeah.
I'm surprised it made a return.
Mhm.
Like I remember having a thing, and I don't think I ever actually did anything with it, but like, I remember having one of those
Yep.
and with mom or whatever, because as a parent of someone this age, like, oh, why don't you play with this? But still, for a group of kids to do it, you need some big someone to start some trend thing. Like I'm
Mhm.
joking, oh, it started on the senior trip, and people are like, oh, I'm jealous of the trip. Let me play hack and stack. That's probably not what it is, but
Well, that would be something you could do at an airport.
yes. So
Pass the time away.
well, airport.
God.
There's so many things right now originally. So in my backdrop, I feel like everyone has that one story of an airport or one story of a plane that something
Plane.
bad
Definitely
happened
plane.
to you on that flight or something awkward. I always say I never think travel days for me go well. Like there's always, it's not that it doesn't go, something goes wrong. I feel like there's always something that doesn't go to plan. It doesn't mean it has to be bad.
Like this time it was your boarding pass.
Well, it was the boarding. That was a nightmare. That was a complete nightmare because for anyone, well, no one would know this. So unless you went on the trip or you were Caleb or Culp trying to find it with me, we get off the bus at 3 a.m. or whatever. Once we're arriving at the airport, it's all dark. Everyone's somewhat awake now because we've been up forever, getting our passes, getting everything. And they go, you're going to be handed 2 slips of paper. One, and they're stapled together. One is your luggage tag and the other one is your boarding pass. And you'll be handed them. You put the luggage tag on the luggage and you bring that in and you hold on to your boarding pass. So of course, some kids didn't hold on to the boarding pass and the boarding pass got sent through the checked bag, and that was a complete nightmare. But mine, we go through everything and all the chaperones are there handing things out. It's early and we get all the way done. Everyone has their tag except me. I don't have a luggage tag or a boarding pass. Don't know where it went. I never got one. And I'm going up to Culp, and my Culp, I don't have a boarding pass. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, well, someone, does anyone have Flannery's boarding pass? And I'm like that's going to really do much different because they're all looking around. No one had it. So we had to go up to the World Class Vacation guys who were the people who ran the trip. A great job by them. Like the planners, World Class Vacations did a great job. If anyone from World Class Vacations is listening to this podcast, but I ended up taking my tag, getting the tag, bringing it back. We ended up going back to the front, and we get to the front and they have to print me a new tag. And then all of a sudden we see Brett's coming across, and Brett's goes, I have Flannery's tag. I'm like, how did you get it? Then we figure out later that, and this kept happening, my name got confused with Mr. Flanagan because it's Kevin Flanagan and Kevin Flannery. My name kept getting confused. My tag ended up on bus 5, not bus 1. And Mr. Flanagan went and put it on his bag, his luggage tag, and that was really my luggage tag. So we got it back, but that was like the first thing. And then we went all the way down to our terminal where our gate where the plane was taking off, and the boys' bathroom was closed. So you had to go all the way down, notice it was closed, and walk all the way back up to the front. And the plane still took off in like 20 minutes after that. Plane took off, we got there, no problems. Get back in Punta Gorda, and we took from Punta Gorda Airport. That one took like the plane. I'll get to that one later. Go ahead.
Oh, you keep going on. I'm finishing my fruit snack.
Oh, I didn't know you had fruit snack in your mouth. No, I thought you were looking at me like you were ready to go.
No, but I have stuff.
So, I don't think I actually told you this one yet. So, on the way, I probably did. on the way to Punta Gorda, it was the airplane powered off and needed to be jump started. It needed to be jump started. And they said, and they never reassured us that it was like a normal procedure.
Right. No one wants to hear that.
Like sometimes they go, oh, we just have to wait till the computers come back online and then we can easily make our trip down to Florida. And you're thinking, what? You're thinking, hold on. You're going to jump a plane, and that jumping of the plane is going to get us all the way down to Florida safely.
Oh my gosh.
And Grandpa brought this funny thing. He's like, we can just imagine a guy getting out of the pickup truck with 2 jumper cables going, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to blast this plane off. And it took an hour just sitting on the plane. Not kidding. I think it was an hour and a half. We just sat there
That reminds me
while
of something.
the whole plane shut down. The AC went off, so it got really hot in the plane. Then it comes back on, they get the computers on, and they never ever reassure us and say this is just normal procedure or whatever. They just so, well, we're just waiting on the computers, people.
Oh my god.
It was quite you're sitting there forever. I'm like, oh my goodness.
How long were you guys how long was that for?
It was about an hour of
Wow.
a delay sitting there. So I have even more, but go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I think we were this was both when we were leaving for Florida and coming back from Florida. This was like a trip that I took this past year. Yeah, sure. Take as many as you want. I don't care. And we were on the tarmac both times for multiple hours, especially when we got home. And it was 3 hours of us sitting on the tarmac, just doing nothing. And nobody knew we were going to go. There was people losing their minds. And we were all just sitting there. We're like, what the heck do we even do? We've been sitting here for 2 hours. Then 2 hours became 3 hours. And it was just why are we still here? I just want to get home. And then we got home 3 hours later than we expected. And that was there and back.
I just feel like everybody has the delay story or the delay and then it gets canceled going through here. But what I will add is a pregnancy story to this.
Which neither me or Brielle could experience.
I figure that's something that you guys will not share. So I might as well share that one. My husband and I were going to St. Thomas. I
love St. Thomas.
Probably around 7 or 8 months pregnant. And we're driving to the airport and we're going to do the shuttle, all that stuff. And as we're driving, he's realizing he does not have his license.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
So this is not good. So his plan is I'm going to drop you off at the airport, call his mom. She's going to meet halfway in Roxborough. He's going to drive back to Roxborough. She's going to bring the license. They're going to meet back, come back, and I'll have been waiting at security.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, waiting and hoping that they're going to get, and meanwhile, I get to security and there's not even a line in security. They're like, you can go through. I'm like, I'm just waiting here for my husband. They're like, okay. So he finally gets there. Well, needless to say, we are very last minute now. So we get through. Pregnant lady running through an airport. I'm just like, what is going on? What is going on? We're running. Literally get there just in time to board the airplane and go to St. Thomas.
Oh my gosh.
It was very stressful. So
on top of that, pregnant too.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly. So I did enjoy that vacation.
I was going to say.
St. Thomas
left
is
my mind quickly, but yeah, that was horrible.
Sounds it. Oh my gosh.
This is not my story, and I might get it wrong, so don't call the facts here. But I know we learned. I would think basically, my grandfather forgot all the passports.
Oof.
And got to the airport and had to drive all the way back home to get the passports. Now, I think this was before all security was crazy security, which I've never experienced an airport. I'm never going to experience an airport without insane security. But it's crazy,
especially at the Philly airport.
Well, it's crazy. It's crazy to think of.
JFK is nuts. Flying out of JFK is like a nightmare. I've done that, and it's absolutely terrible.
What's the best airport you've visited?
What?
What's the best airport that you've gone out of? Or landed in or visited?
I always love the Orlando airport because it has all the Disney stuff. I always love that. I love
the train ride. The train ride.
And I love
the first and last ride in Disney in Orlando.
True.
Yeah, I love that thing. I also love the Bonaire Airport because it is one room and it's just a whole bunch of mini terminals. And
Okay.
it is the smallest airport I think anyone will ever be in, ever. And security is like 2 seconds. You get all your security stuff and then you go and you can see where all the planes are going to be. It's not like the Philly Airport. It's like,
Yeah.
I think, a fifth of like the size of that place.
Yeah. I've done Trenton, which is small.
Trenton's very small.
Yeah, Trenton is really small.
We did Trenton when Lori had her broken ankle, and we got brought up to the front of the line. In Trenton, we do Allentown a lot, which is
Yeah, I've heard people
Allentown's
doing
tiny.
that.
very, very small and tiny. Of course, for Florida, we fly into Punta Gorda a lot, and that's a very small airport. And Key West is a pretty small airport too. So
There's Dunk.
yeah, I know. He's peering his little eyes in there. We're recording and waving to him. Yes, we are recording. Hi. Yeah, you can go the other way. Bye. Mr. Duncan making an audio appearance on this podcast.
Yes, we do.
Kevin, are we getting our picture?
Yeah. So someone pick up.
Well, I'll tell. I had a airport story in Paris
Oh,
because we flew in and out of Paris to on a trip to Italy,
Mhm.
and we thought we'd be able to fit going to the Louvre right before we caught our flight. So we had our luggage and we're going through and realizing all of a sudden what time it was and we had to go. So we were like running through the Louvre. But yeah, we got to that airport and somehow found ourselves already up to security without our boarding passes.
Oh.
And they're like, how
Mama.
did you get this far? And we're like, I don't know. We just followed the escalator and all that. And they're like, no, you got to go back down. So we went back down and they're like, it's too late to get your boarding passes. And we're
What
like,
are you supposed to do with that?
but
then?
we were just up there. We were here.
What are we supposed to do now?
So they were like, what? And so we
Kevin.
literally ran back up there again and went through and got up there. They're like, and we got to the gate. They're like, how are you here without your boarding passes? We're like, I don't know. And we just played all dumb. And they're like, all right, we'll print this out. So again, things that would never happen now, but somehow.
We've got
That's
we made
crazy.
it.
I don't know how you got it that far either.
No, I don't know either.
I sound so weird talking with fruit snacks. in my
have you ever got like a diverted in the air, like but they have to land somewhere else?
No.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why I went with that.
Oh.
We were coming back, and I think this is the reason I remember it. I think it's 2018 Disney trip. So coming back from Orlando, and it's in May, and the flight, I guess something must have happened where I don't remember the specifics, but I think it was raining at home, and they couldn't land at home due to rain or whatever, and they had to wait it out. So it's late. We took a night time, like an evening flight. And the flight and like evening, probably like 10 o'clock at night going out. So the rest of the airports are not really open like for concessions and stuff.
Right.
So we get told we're going to be landing in Raleigh.
It's
Halfway
always
on the way-
Raleigh.
halfway on the way home. And we land. I will always remember getting out of the plane, walking out and knowing like you still had to get back on the plane in like 40 minutes. All they had to do was I think get fuel or something.
Right.
And it's like,
Mhm.
this is the worst.
Yeah.
Like at this point, just let me stay. Like at this point, just get me home. I'm tired. I'm off on a Disney trip, like ready to just go.
Oh, you were coming home.
Yeah, come
Oh,
back
that's
home.
Yeah.
that's the worst.
We had this one where we were coming to land and then all the power was off on the runway. So you couldn't see the runway. So then they were
Oh.
like jockeying around. And then all of a sudden there was a guy down there. He like lit a fire and he was just like waving the fire so that we could land. Oh, wait, that was Die Hard. Never mind. That was the movie Die Hard. That wasn't real. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what? I was like, there's no way that actually happened.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh,
Do you
I
think
haven't
it's a
seen
Christmas movie?
That is the question, isn't it? Everybody says it's a Christmas movie.
Everyone says it's a Christmas
Everyone
movie.
says it is. I feel like I've fallen into laughing that it's a Christmas movie, but no, it's not a Christmas movie.
Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
Mm.
Ooh, I
Mm.
definitely have one.
I do. and it's not close, and you can argue me with it. Christmas Vacation.
I was just thinking that and Home Alone
It's
are the best.
Every year we
I
watch
do
it.
love Home Alone. Yeah.
Christmas Vacation is just so funny.
See, I like the old school, like
Well, that
I
type of
love
stuff-
the
like-
old school like animation,
Yes.
like the Rudolph, Frosty the
Heat
Snowman.
Miser, The Year
Those
Without a
are-
Santa Claus, all that.
like great move. Like I think movies wise, I think
Right.
Christmas Vacation is the best movie.
Oh, it's so
thing.
funny.
Those more animated ones are like old time movies. Like I almost don't even classify them in the same
Right,
category.
right.
Like
Yeah,
they're not.
they're
because
very
the
different.
production value of
Yeah.
Christmas Vacation is different than.
Well, they were also
Grinch.
made God
Elf
knows
is
how
a
many
good
years
one.
apart.
Elf is good. Will Ferrell's hilarious.
Oh,
Anything-
I
anything
like Elf,
he-
but it was never my favorite Christmas movie. Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation and Home Alone. Home Alone, I feel like I could watch. Like the first
Yeah.
and the second, I could watch that like a million
Definitely.
times around Christmas.
They have a. they
We
have a-
watched that a lot. Yeah.
I always like Polar Express too.
I don't know the last time I actually watched that movie.
The animation on it's so weird.
It is creepy.
It
is
is.
creepy animation.
It is.
Yeah.
I think I watched the Polar Express and Cars on the same day, or the same weekend. I think my aunt Katie showed me them, and I could be wrong. I'll have to ask her. But I remember Aunt Katie definitely showed me Polar Express, and I think we started watching Cars, and then I got tired and I went to bed as a little kid, and I don't think I ever finished the movie Cars.
Gotcha.
I've watched a lot of different Disney animated movies because before I went to Disney in 2024, Caleb's mom printed out this sheet for me. And it had a sheet of like all the movies you should watch to understand certain attractions in Disney.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Disney movies at that point. I watched Snow White.
Oh my God, Snow
I
White.
still have not watched Tangled. I know I still need to do that.
I can't. I wish you guys could see the look that was just on my face because that's absolutely crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I always say when I have the film class with Miss Hoffman, I always say, have to assume I've never seen the movie before. And like most of the time, assume I haven't seen it, but like newer movie, I'm getting better to see like
Wait,
newer movies. What?
who's your favorite Disney princess?
Tiana.
Tiana?
It's not that difficult.
All right.
Mine are Jasmine, Ariel, and Belle.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you have one?
Jeez. Snow White. I like Snow White.
I love Snow White too.
Snow White and the dwarfs and that whole movie
The
is
Seven
just
Dwarfs.
completely messed up if
yes,
you really
it is.
think
That
about
is
it.
true.
So
It's true.
It is, and then I feel like Sleeping Beauty is kind of messed up too.
I haven't seen
Well,
that
they
one.
all are. Like,
Well,
their
they all-
original stories
Yeah, we
are
did
all very dark.
We did a whole like unit about it in my women's studies class, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh my God, I didn't realize how distorted some of these storylines are."
Yeah.
Because if you look most of them, if you look deeper into the age of them,
Mhm.
is the thing that gets
The age is
age is the thing I think that sends
Mm-mm.
everyone off.
Absolutely
and
not.
then from there you can look at how these different evil villains. Okay, here's the question: favorite villain, Disney villain.
Ooh.
Because I feel like everyone-
Cruella.
Ursula,
I was
Ursula, and Maleficent,
So I've never seen the
and the Evil Queen.
Yeah.
Evil Queen's great. I
Mm-hmm.
I always like the Cruella de Vil song.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Oh my
the
God,
only reason-
101
That
Dalmatians.
was my theme for my 50th birthday. Was we
Aw.
dressed up my family? We all dressed up as Cruella. It was black
That's
and white,
awesome.
everything. Yeah.
And you
I
played
always
the
loved
song.
that movie. That movie was always so good.
Never seen
Yeah.
that movie.
101
Nope,
Dalmatians.
never seen that.
I
movie.
can't
Well,
believe
see, I like the movie Cruella with Emma Stone. I like that very much.
I haven't seen
think-
that
is it
yet. I
called
wanted to
Cruella?
watch
It
it.
might be.
I think it's called Cruella.
I have not.
I was a little
not.
I think
with
it's
that.
Cruella.
Yeah, I don't know. If
I don't know how you've never seen it. Like that's crazy.
I asked that question. I don't know if I have an answer myself. Probably Cruella or Captain Hook is kind of funny.
Oh,
And
Captain Hook. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, and that whole movie franchise, or
Tinkerbell.
if you go away from that and you go to non-human characters, so God, I can't think of the name of the Lion King guy. Mufasa. No, Scar.
Scar is
Yeah.
the brother.
Because
right.
I like all the villain songs. I'm a big like Disney music person. All the villain songs are these like deep voice,
Yeah.
like loud, deep instruments. Like
Mhm.
you have I don't know if it's the Mulan one. I think has Make a Man Out of You's not is that the villain? No, I've never watched
I
that
don't
movie.
know. I'm not
I've never seen that
well
movie.
versed in that one.
Oh for 3 on that movie.
What?
Have you seen it?
What movie?
Not the full thing.
You?
What movie?
Mulan.
Oh, I've seen Mulan. I've
Oh.
seen all the Disney princess movies.
Okay.
Every single one. I was raised on like Disney princesses.
Yeah.
We were.
My mom used to, for Christmas when I was in my 20s, every Christmas I would get a video, a VHS of a different Disney movie. And her mind, I think, was that when I eventually get married and have kids, now I'll have this stack of
Yeah.
Disney movies to show kids.
I still
Now-
Meanwhile,
I still
Now the
have
issue-
a whole thing of VHSs.
Now the issue
Meanwhile,
is no one
like,
uses the.
nobody uses them.
Or-
so.
I
Can
still
you-
have like a whole collection of mine in my basement. Like a whole thing.
How
In
much
the,
is
in
a
the player
V-
still.
How
What?
much is a player at this point?
I have no idea.
Like, do they even sell them anywhere?
You would just have
Thrift store.
to have it. What's the word I'm looking
Digitalized?
at? Yeah.
Digitalized.
Because
Yeah.
I have a couple things like home movies and different things that I have on those that I'd like to get
Yeah,
accessible.
Yeah, we always grew up. When I grew up, I never watched a million Disney movies or any movies.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
when Lori came along, Mom thought, oh, well, it's a girl, and I'm gonna end up watching all the princess movies. Lori didn't find much interest in the princess movies,
Right.
and she watched every single Marvel movie.
That's great.
Every
I
single
love
one.
that.
They even went to
My son is huge into Marvel.
they went to
Yeah,
a
Marvel's
full
good.
12-hour movie day at the theater once.
Wow.
And saw all of them leading up to, I think, Age of Ultron or whatever, which new one
Yeah.
that came out, and they saw them all like in a row. That's not my story, it's theirs. I wasn't there, but then I think my favorite movies come from that. I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies because
That's
it's
good.
just my type of
Again,
up-
back to my music in
It's
the
up-
80s.
it's up the alley of music, 70s, 80s music, like
Yeah.
a Rubber Band Man song is
Yeah.
great one. Then you have all these different characters. I love Groot and
And Baby
Drax
Groot.
and Baby Groot.
Aw.
I am Groot. I am Groot. No, that's the button that's gonna kill her. I am Groot. He's doing this.
That'll turn off the podcast.
That'll turn off. That'll kill everyone. That's one of the more fun movies to watch. Do you have a favorite what's your favorite general movie? Go. Quick, first thing you think
Oh
of.
God. You're putting me on the
I'll
spot
go
here.
first.
Go.
Silver Linings Playbook. I love that movie.
I gotta go with the classic, The Sandlot.
What
And
is
Grown Ups.
that?
Silver Linings
Yeah.
Playbook.
Yeah.
You would love it because it's Philly sports. It is Bradley Cooper
I heard
and
of that.
Jennifer Lawrence. And Bradley Cooper's. It takes place in Philadelphia, and his family is huge Eagles fan, and his father is Robert De Niro, and basically, Bradley Cooper is undiagnosed bipolar and just his journey and everything. But Eagles are in it and
Huh.
different things like that. So,
Aw, I never.
Never heard
Yeah,
of that
it's awesome.
I
before.
never
love
watched it.
I've
like the dad is all about the juju. Like, you have to sit next to me. This remote has to be here. It even brings up the I'm trying to remember Deshaun Jackson and how he had spiked the football before entering
Oh
into the
my
end
gosh.
zone, so it didn't end up being an
Touch-
actual touchdown. So yeah,
So I'm
Oh my
assuming.
gosh.
So I know this about you, but people that would listening have no idea. You're a sports person.
absolutely.
You are a sports person. Did you play any sports? What is your sports life history there?
My sports life. Well, I would start
I have a
way
lot.
back
Way,
in the
way.
fact that I have a sister. I have an older sister, and I'm pretty sure my parents wanted to have two sons. They are both health and phys ed teachers, so they are all sports. They ran camps. So we were basically raised as boys, in my opinion. So not a ton. We did get some Disney princesses here and there, but yeah. So we were both sports all the time, and I always wanted to be better than my older sister. That whole dynamic.
How much older? How many
She
years
is 3.5 years, 4 grades. So we were never in high school together.
older?
That's how me and my sister are.
So we played field hockey and lacrosse. So I played through high school at Upper Moreland High School. My senior year field hockey, we were state champions.
Oh,
Wow.
And then I went to college. I went to Lafayette College, and I played field hockey and lacrosse all 4 years there.
Were you like one of the good players on the team? Or
Yeah,
like...
yeah, believe it or not. I know. People couldn't believe it today when I was hacking with them. They were like, "Oh my gosh, she can do it."
Or
I'm
your,
like,
or your
yeah.
backhand
and yes, I'm sharpening up my ping pong game right
ping
now.
pong game.
So I'm looking to do that and maybe some pickleball. my future, trying to.
Pickleball's fun.
I play
know,
with
it
other
looks fun.
teachers in the group. Shout out to the pickleball clan. I think we have Lori, Miss Lynch. We have
Oh yeah, I love
Miss
Miss Lynch.
Hepler.
Don't you
there's
need
so
4
many.
people?
Oh, there's like
Oh, there's-
12, 16 of us,
Oh,
all
wow.
different times. Yeah.
Is it a lot of the math teachers?
Is it like
No. It's all kinds of people. I'm completely flaking.
let's go
on-
pickleball. PW
Mr. Blizzard
pickleball.
played last time I was there.
Nice. Blizz getting out there.
Mr. Marcus
I gotta
had
get Blizz on here.
played.
Yeah.
There's so many, and you know what? A lot of times it's the younger ones, and my memory. I'm so old. I don't even have a good memory of
You're not that
everybody's
old.
names. But yes, and I am always on the losing team. I'm the common denominator that whoever they pair me with ends up losing. So, and I do have one pickleball scar on my knee that I'm
wow.
showing Kev.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow, that is bad.
That's from
That's
like
a-
months ago.
That's a
so,
rough one.
Yeah.
That's really
What,
bad.
Did you go diving for one, being too
Well,
aggressive?
not intentionally, but yes, I was running hard for it and decided to stop because I wasn't going to be able to get to it. And I stopped. My feet stopped, but the
Mhm.
rest of my body did not stop, which
And
is
that-
what happens as you get older. Elderly, as Kevin would
Yeah,
say.
I already have bad knees. Like
Yeah.
I can't do anything more athletic.
Pickleball's one of the sports that could be could get dangerous.
Yeah, I think they're starting to say that, right?
Like when we were down in Punta Gorda, me and Lori played a lot, like just volleyed back and forth. We didn't do anything actual playing the sport.
Right.
We volleyed it back and forth, and that can get like even though you have to wait for it to bounce one time on
Mhm.
your side, you still can hit it pretty far
Yeah.
into the other side. So
There's just a lot of rules.
Yeah.
A lot of rules that you have to get used to and strategy and I don't
is
know.
it like a bracket thing, or you just go out there for
No,
fun
we
and
just go
play?
out there for fun. I missed it yesterday, so I was a little sad, but I did make up for it by playing ping pong last night. So
Nice.
That's good. You still got your
Yes.
arm workouts in there.
yes,
So-
fight the aging.
So then, from I guess growing up in a sports family, you probably
Yes.
then watched sports as well.
Yes,
Oh.
tons.
Now we're getting
And
somewhere.
So yeah, so we, in my 20s especially, like we'd go to Flyers games, we'd go to Eagles games, Phillies games. I really didn't do Sixers, though. My husband ended up doing
Which one's your-
Sixers a little more.
Which one's your favorite to go to?
To go to,
Yeah.
I love the Flyers.
I know, the Flyers games
love
are always so fun
going
when they're
to
good.
hockey games. And when
And
my
she's
kids
not just
were little,
saying this just because they're
yeah,
in the playoffs
I know,
now.
right? We would take my son Riley, and my husband was big. He's 6'3", big guy, and he would hold up my son down when they're practicing, and just hold him up at the top,
Aw.
and they'd always flip up a hockey puck. So my son grew up thinking that just whenever you go to a Flyers game, they just give you a puck. So like we go home this one time when he was 4 or 5 years old. He's like, I don't understand why I didn't get a puck this time. And I was like,
You don't get it.
yeah.
No, you don't get one as you get older.
Yeah, but Eagles games are a close
They're-
second. They're amazing.
Never
my gosh,
been to
they're
an
so
Eagles
fun.
game.
They
Super
are
fun.
rowdy to say the least. I
I-
was at the Eagles Steelers one. Not this. It might have been early this past year.
They didn't play
But-
the Steelers. Did they?
Or
play the
this.
Steelers?
It might have
No.
been not this past season, but the season before that. And I was up in the nosebleeds going against like the Steelers. And next thing you know, there's a brawl that
Oh.
breaks out right in front of us, and it was
Oh,
like.
man.
And it was like it was, I don't know, it was a whole bunch of Pittsburgh fans, a whole bunch of Eagles
Yeah.
fans, and they were like throwing punches, hair getting pulled, and my dad's like shielding me. He's like,
Yeah.
get back in the room,
Yeah.
go up. And my dad did not want me to like tell my mom the story for like the longest time ever. Because
Don't
she would
say a
like never
word.
let me go to a Birds game again. But that was by far like the craziest Eagles
Yeah.
game experience ever.
I've been to boxed lacrosse even.
Oh,
Back when there were the wings. I don't know if
Yeah,
they still have them, but I've been
they're
to
getting
boxed
rid of
They're
us.
lacrosse.
getting rid of them. Like,
yeah.
I
not-
have not been
Sucks.
to soccer though. I've not been.
Oh,
to
union games are
soccer.
fun. They're fun when you
I'm
just-
sure they are.
And the stadium's nice, and I love sitting up
Yeah.
there with like my crab fries and.
Yeah.
I don't like crab fries.
I can't believe it. I feel like I knew this though,
You
but
did
I
know
still
this.
can't believe it.
You did know. If you didn't know this, then we have
I
serious
love
issues.
crab
I
fries.
like crab pies too.
I
And dipping them in the like hot
cheese,
cheese. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I will be a small bit biased here. I like going to Phillies games the best because I love the Phillies.
Oh
the
yeah,
best.
I love going to the
and
Phils.
going to the I've gone to so many great Phillies moment type
Mhm.
games that just kind of you don't know they're happening until you're there and they're
Yeah.
happening. I've been to a very few amount of Sixers games. This year was one of them I actually went to. Didn't pay attention that much, but I went there. I tried to pay attention. I didn't understand it at all.
I don't know how
Even
we
though-
lost.
because I was there.
Yeah, you're the
That's
curse.
why. And
You're-
then I've been to starting a few years ago, and I think it was.
And that was a great way to celebrate my birthday.
I know. It was about. I think it was 2-3 years ago is when I finally started watching the Flyers. Giving me something else to watch, and then I'm not one of the people, as they're making a playoff little run here right now, but who just bought into them this year as they started to get hot, because I've been watching them for a few years now, and they've been fairly depressing.
Yeah, I mean,
every
it's a
single
long
year.
season. It's just like the Phillies too. That's you're going to
Oh my
have
God.
a stretch of just brutal.
We don't want to talk about the Phillies right
Yeah.
now. They are,
Yeah.
as
And
I
I wear
just saw,
this-
they're now losing 4-1.
I wear this jersey with shame right now. I walked in and it felt like a humiliation ritual
Well, I
because of how
always
bad
have
we've been doing.
the philosophy that when we expect them to be really good, it doesn't work out. But then when we don't expect much, all of a sudden they're in the playoffs. Like
And that's
even
the
the
Flyers,
Flyers, you
for
know,
example.
right now.
So people can't see this, so I'm gonna try to explain this to the best of my ability. So this jersey, I'm gonna take this off so I can show you. I have a T-shirt, Westchester shirt underneath it, but this jersey is the same jersey that she is wearing, but it's the different color. How did this happen? How did they? What brand? This is the one they wear.
Yeah,
What is that knockoff mess?
It's not,
Etsy. Well,
it's
how
not
about
knockoff? It's from Nike.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense because
It's from Nike.
this is what they wear. Like this is what they wear.
Potato,
No one can understand this. So she's
It's Nike.
so I'm in the one that they wear at the games, like with the powder blue or lighter blue, and she's in a
sounds like you're shaming her right
I'm
now.
not.
It does.
I'm not. I'm trying to explain.
Shame.
I'm trying to understand how there's two different. And I saw this all day today. How there's two different jersey colors. If it's powder blue.
That might be like the older one. Or
No, I don't think they wear that one.
Kevin, I don't
I
know.
don't care. I
Please,
don't really
he
care.
came up and shamed me. We found out I was wearing a national shirt. Do you
I
remember
heard
that
that. I
story?
heard
Shaming
that.
people.
What do you mean you heard that?
No, Lori
oh,
said,
because I told Lori.
No, Lori
yes,
said
yes,
that
Yeah,
yes,
what
Lori
is up
comes
with you
home.
shaming
No,
me?
Lori comes home the next day and goes, I heard you got mad at Miss Joy for wearing a Nationals shirt. And I'm like, that was not that serious. But okay.
But I couldn't believe, like, it was probably 2 years I've had that. I cannot believe that nobody had ever told me that.
Well, because I don't
Kevin,
want
they scored another run. It's
because I
5-2.
because I don't want to sit. I don't want to sit and have you like if you fully believe that
I
you're wearing
fully
a Philly,
believed I had a Philly
you
shirt
fully
on.
believe you had a Philly shirt on, and I don't want you to sit and always believe that you had a Philly
No,
shirt. So I
yeah.
went up and I remember I talked to you the whole time. Then on my way out, I said, "Why are you wearing a Nationals Harper shirt?" And you looked at me like I had 8
I'm
heads.
pretty sure that you were like, what are you wearing?
Yeah, that
And
is
I'm
what I
like,
said. I said, "What are you wearing?"
Kevin.
I did say that. Yeah,
Speaking of the Phillies, we are now down 5-2.
5-2. We got another run.
That's true.
No.
Yes, we
They
did.
got another
No, we're down.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but we only had one.
we were down 4-1 last time I checked.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We
5-2.
did score one.
Yeah.
I don't know how I should feel about that.
Right.
I don't
But
even.
that's okay. But yeah, I do that a lot because I don't want someone to be like, wearing something that they know. Like for example, her shirt had, I think it's
Bryce Baby. So I got
Yes.
so many compliments on this shirt because
The
it was
shirt's
so
great.
cute.
Yeah,
It was so awesome.
and that's
And
catchy.
it was red, and so nobody noticed that it said 34. And it's red and blue, so
Yeah.
you're still thinking Phillies, but it
And in
had
the-
34.
yeah, in a very
She
small
is not
corner,
34.
because I think it said Bryce Baby and it has a
Yeah.
bat on the
Yeah,
bottom.
Bryce
It said,
is
like
not.
swinging at a ball, and in the ball it said 34. You should wear it another day. And then we
Isn't
can
that
have
like a
take a
brand?
picture of you in the shirt.
I know, right? I do feel like
Yeah,
it is very
Jeez,
memorable.
Kevin, look at you.
I don't know what to
shaming
do.
People. You love shaming.
But
My
to go back
gosh.
on our Phillies, I went to a lot of the playoff games when they won the World Series.
2008.
In fact, the game when they won the series, if I remember this correctly,
Were you there?
it didn't finish.
Yes, it didn't. So Miss
And it
Hoffman
was
was
the next
there.
day.
And she
Yeah,
telling
Hoff
us
was
this
explaining
story.
some of this.
Were you
yeah.
at the game?
So I wasn't. I was on the way down to the game. My husband and I were going down there, and he said, and he's one of those. You can look at this either way, but he put the tickets up for a ridiculous amount of money on like StubHub or whatever.
Okay.
And so, so nobody had gone for it. And so we're driving down to go to it. And I'm like, have you looked lately? And then he looked and sure enough, somebody got it. So he had to go down to like Fishtown and give these tickets to whoever got them. And so we just watched it wherever. But that was okay because I was also 8 months pregnant. It seems like I'm pregnant on all these stories. So, and it was, if you remember, horrible weather.
Yeah, my
Awful.
mom was pregnant too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense. My son's 17, so it makes sense that it could be around there. And
wait, when's his birthday?
May 9th.
May 9th. Okay, so I'm a few months before him.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Did I say May 9th? March 9th.
March 9th.
I have no idea why I just said May 9th.
I was going to say coming.
Yeah, that's like
coming up.
Yeah,
What?
That's like less than a month after me. That's
So I was pregnant I did go to the World Series parade and walked there.
Where were you for the parade?
Well, we had a house. We rented a house out on Bainbridge. So then we just walked down Broad Street and then went to the stadium for
nice.
it. It was awesome.
I would, one time in my life, hopefully it happens. I don't think with this group of players, but hopefully it happens that I can attend a World Series parade.
Yes.
I
for
want
the
to.
Phillies. I would love that.
It was great.
For the Phillies or the Flyers. One of those two I would love to actually see.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
'Cause I know the Flyers started the whole thing with with their parades, and they did it back to
For
back.
once, it's like vice versa with the Phillies and the Flyers. Like the Phillies are disappointing me, and the Flyers are actually like making me happy.
Yeah, you went. Now I've been to both Eagles parades. You've been to both. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at both.
Did you go to either of them, or because you're teaching, could you not go?
I'm trying to remember. I went to one of them.
Was it the most
But
recent
I was
one?
here. No.
So the 2017.
I went to the other one, but I wasn't going to go. But we came into school,
And no one was
and
here?
then the administration said, if anybody wants to take a personal day and go down, we have enough teachers to manage the students. So I did that real quick, met my husband and our kids, and then we just went right down.
Yeah, we went. We went to both of them. You always have memories from the first time.
Yeah.
More than the second time. The first time, I remember.
Oh yeah, the first time for me totally.
I remember my spot was underneath the TGI Fridays. That's not there anymore on the Boulevard area. Or I think
Yeah,
so.
no, I know what you're talking about.
Right there, and I think now it's some other restaurant. But on the top of that restaurant was where I think WIP or one of the radio stations was set up. So they were throwing down tasty cakes and
Oh,
crimpets
that's funny. Yeah.
and all this stuff from the thing, and you would just you'd be turned around and go up there to catch crimpets, and then they came down, and then for the next parade, which was only a few years ago, we went down and didn't make it as far this time because we didn't make it nearly as far because we made it all the way up to City Hall, but then it got to this like. I can't think of the word, like insane amount of people where like you could not get any farther.
Yeah.
And that's why I will always say, because I do a Phillies podcast, I love the Phillies. I would love to be one of the people in the Phillies, the red crowd.
Right.
That would be the coolest thing. And it's just getting farther and farther away right now. But,
yeah, I know.
Well, when you least expect it, I'm telling you.
When you least expect it, for them to get there, they do need to win.
That's true.
And we are.
Yeah, I mean, we are 8-16.
We are the worst team in the entire sport.
Only
right now.
April.
Yes, we are the worst team in
only
the entire sport.
April.
Which is
like the playoff
nowhere
odds,
to go but up.
They have a negative 50 run differential. They managed to keep going down.
I mean, the playoff odds at the beginning of the season were at 96. Now it's like 30 something.
The Flyers playoff odds were 3%.
3%.
Wow.
3.86%.
And now we're 3-0
Have
on
you
the
ever met
Penguins.
a professional athlete?
Oh yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've
met.
I don't know.
I've met a few.
Well, you can tell the Castellanos story.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I met
So-
Jason Kelsey. Yeah, I have done that.
Yeah,
Cool.
He gave me a high five.
That's my jersey.
Yeah, he gave me a high five at the parade it was either like the Mummers parade or the Eagles parade. It was one of
He was
them.
dressed
Who,
up as a mom.
Castellanos?
No.
Oh, Kelsey?
No, Jason Kelsey, yeah.
Oh.
But like
I can't picture.
so it's like
At a Mummers Parade, Castellanos. But
so yeah, I
whatever.
remember I was so in Pittsburgh, I've like a lot of my family lives out there, and we were staying on my stepdad's boat that's like along the river because that's what you do and you're in Pittsburgh, and we parked right by the stadium. We went to the game that day because the Phillies were playing the Pirates back when the Pirates actually sucked and they beat us. And sorry, Mike, but that's my stepdad. And then so we're on our boat, and then we see Nick Castellanos walk by, and we're like, oh my God, that's Nick Castellanos. And then my sister and I were sprinting, running up to get to him, and he just didn't seem that like we were
approachable.
We were so excited. He just seemed so groggy and just like he did not want anyone to approach him. And I'm just like, my sister and I were like, what the heck? Like after
Yeah.
he just didn't seem that happy. And I'm like, well, that was nice.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get a picture with him, and it's just like, and then the camera flubbed. Like it didn't actually take the picture, and it was like I felt like crap for like the rest of the week. But yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't that nice. I wouldn't say he was mean, but he just didn't seem like he wanted to be
Well, I had a
approached.
similar experience in that I met Shane Victorino.
Oh,
So, but that
wow.
was actually
Seems like a happy
nearby.
guy.
Yeah. So he was. I was at Bluefin, but it's in a different.
yeah.
It was when it was in its old location, which
No,
was on Germantown Pike, and it was
Yeah.
much smaller. And I was there with two of my girlfriends, and he was there with, I think, his host family, because he actually lived, I think, in Lafayette Hill when he played for us, like at some point.
Yeah.
And lived with a family. And so he went by maybe to use the bathroom or something, and I asked him, which is out of my comfort zone. I
Mhm.
asked him if he would get a picture with us, and he said, well, I'm with this family, but maybe after we're done dinner. I'm like, okay. And I just like kind of sulked, I
Yeah.
kind of felt dejected and rejected.
Yeah.
So then we're leaving, and again, it's a very small restaurant at the time, and we're leaving, and he goes, I thought you guys wanted a picture. And I was like, oh, and I was so excited. So I have a picture
That's
with three of
nice.
us with him. So that was great. And actually, that was the year after they won the World Series,
So it's-
and they were playing the Yankees
Ugh.
in the World
Ugh.
Series.
Mm-mm-mm.
And the next game was their last game that they lost, but he was the only one that had a hit.
Wow.
I don't know what that means, and it's just a connection.
Just some random connection. I don't remember meeting Jason Kelsey. I know Dad has the picture. I think we were in Philadelphia just walking around. Dad saw them, and we got a picture with them. Just kind of it was him and I think another lineman or whatever. But I just remember them being very large.
Yes.
Very big, very big. And other like athletes, I've had my fair share of time where I've gone to the different WIP. I think when I was in your math class, I had one of the days I went there in March. They have the Birds Town Hall at
Okay.
McGurk's,
Mhm.
or in the summer they do like the trade deadline show, and they have a full like 12-hour radio or like 10-hour radio day where they're on the air from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. 12 hours.
Yes.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. live in the restaurant. And because Mom works in McGurk's, I would
Oh,
go
that's
there.
perfect.
I'd go there, and I used to go to all the Eagles Town Hall ones, and even one of the times we got to go down to the radio station and deliver food, and I sat in for an hour of Joe DeCamera's show. But with that, I've met a lot of those people. I have a signed hat by Ray Didinger and a picture with him. I have pictures with all the different WIP hosts.
Is Ray Didinger the one that
He wrote
is part of the play?
Yes.
I went and saw that.
Really?
I forget if it was last year or the year before. It was awesome. What is it? Tommy and Me, I
Yeah,
think it's
Tommy
called.
and Me.
Oh my gosh, fantastic.
What is the play about?
So it's about his relationship with this football player.
Yeah, Tom.
Tom McDonald, is it?
Yeah.
Something like, I think
Yeah,
that's it.
Does that have receiver? I think. Eagles
Right. And it was
receiver.
it was really
Yeah, I
well
think so.
done.
I'm
It was
asking you.
neat.
I said I think so.
Oh, and you
Yeah,
like
so.
shied away from the question.
was in-
Mrs.
It was in
Eagles.
Westchester. So
Oh,
if you ever have the opportunity, it was in Westchester. So we all went. It was
that-
cool.
I don't know if I wonder if they still are running the show, because I know I always heard it on the radio. I think like I've taken a picture with Hugh Douglas
Uh-huh.
because he does the radio. Ike
Right.
Reese, I have
Yep.
one. And then there's a bunch of radio people that no one would know unless you know the radio, like Jack
Right.
Fritz
Mhm.
and James Seltzer. And I have the camera picture with him. I have a picture with him while he was showing me the controls of the radio studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like that's a cool photo that I have. So looking at my pink sheet of paper, that because the
Yes.
Yeah,
school
you're-
has ran out of white paper.
Of course they have.
I don't know how.
Yeah, I had to print stuff on yellow paper like a
on
week ago.
on April 23rd, we were out of white paper, which is insane.
Really
But-
nice.
Anyway, so Caleb has his question that he would normally ask. As last time we had the line question that Miss Hoffman kept re-entering. And if you want to learn about the line question, go back and listen to the last episode of the Exit 333 podcast. We're not going to get deep into that today. But Caleb's question of the day to you,
Okay.
pretty much. You can answer as well, but it's
Oh.
basically to Miss Joy. If you could choose a decade or time in history to be a teacher, when would you choose?
Okay, I don't think I can
Anyone else
answer
can
this.
answer this. Just replace teacher with student.
Oh.
So a decade that I would choose to
To-
be a teacher.
Yes, to be a teacher.
Hmm.
And then I have a follow-up question to this.
Very interesting. Let's
A
see.
moment of deep thinking in this room as it gets silent.
I don't
Well,
like that. I don't
Actually-
like the way you
Right?
just said that.
As I act like a golf broadcaster.
yeah,
to be
I
so
don't.
quiet.
I don't like the way you
definitely-
just said that.
I definitely do not want to go back in time when it was non-block scheduling, where we had 8 blocks
Oh my
or 8
God, I would
periods
die.
and going through that. So I'm not going to say that.
Was but you had this, was that the same 8 periods all year, or was that
Yeah.
still?
It was the same 8
Oh
periods
my God,
all
I would
year.
die like no semesters.
And we also, as teachers, had duties that we had to do. Like I had lunch duties, so we would like go around with the trash cans for people and have lunch duties. So I do
You've
not want to
been
go
here-
back to
you've
that.
been here for
Whose stuff is that?
since
1998 was my first year here.
1998. You're
Yeah.
with Culp, right? Did you two
He was
start
here
as-
before me.
He was here before you.
hmm
Okay, because I know Culp's been here for a while as well.
I would say, but I would like to go back to the early 2000s.
That sounds like just like a fun time to be alive.
I would like to go back and like have a redo on classes, knowing what I know now.
Yeah, that would
Because I
be-
feel like when I first started teaching, I felt like I kind of looked so young. So I felt like I had to be super strict and super like on top of people, or else they were going to take it, think they could take advantage. And I feel like I probably went the extreme too much.
Yeah, because
And so,
now I think you're a pretty good teacher.
well,
You-
I appreciate that I'm
you're
pretty
very-
good.
Yeah,
I
so
get the pretty good.
you're
Pretty good.
Pretty
good.
one of the better math teachers
Why,
in the
thank
building.
you.
I
Why,
think
thank
I've
you.
told you
Yeah,
that
not
before. but
referring to anyone in
we're
particular.
not going to say any names. Not going to say any names in this podcast. We can do that after the fact. But now I lost where my other question.
Yeah, your
Oh,
follow up.
yeah, I think no.
And then I
did
want to
you-
answer this.
Yeah, did you always want to be a teacher?
No, definitely not.
Because I know you're an athletic person, but I
Right.
don't know.
My father was a teacher here, actually.
Really?
His last year teaching health and phys ed here was my first year teaching math. So
That must have
that
been kinda
was
cool.
really cool. But when I was in high school and the beginning of
What was
college,
his last name?
Hovis was his last name. So, and there are still a few teachers out here who remember him. But
Probably Culp being one of them.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
But,
I'm not calling Culp old. I'm just saying he's been here for a while.
Yes. But yeah, I just felt like being a teacher, you did not make enough money.
Yeah.
So I was going to be a
Ooh,
quote
that
unquote
changed.
business woman, is what I wanted to be.
That
Anything in
changed. Teachers make
business.
a good amount of
Wow.
money.
But then what happened was when I was in college, in the summers, I worked coaching at camps and doing all kinds of coaching. Everything I did was coaching. And I was starting to realize that I liked working with
Children.
younger kids and helping them, and when they were struggling, helping them. And so when I was in college, there was no major I wanted to switch out of. I was economics and business. So I basically went back to school at night because I was trying to decide, if I wanted to teach, what is it that why did I want to be in business? And it was because I like to do math. So I said, let's give it a shot.
And you never wanted English or anything
Oh,
else?
goodness, no.
It's just a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of
That is my weakness.
reading and writing.
Writing is definitely my weakness. So
Now, you wanted to answer the question.
Yes.
If
student-wise.
I wanted to be if I got to be a student, again and not.
Can I
be-
guess what you're going to say?
Yes.
90s?
No.
Oh, you like that music, so that's why I went with.
I do like that music. Every single time I get in Kevin's car, we always have to turn the 90s station on. It's-
Yes.
You do it. You
Well,
change it.
Whatever, but you always know because sometimes
Sometimes I'll do it before you get in the
yeah,
car.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. But I would want to live during the 2010s, not the 2020s. I just feel like that was just. I don't know.
you've got COVID right in the beginning of the 2020s.
Well,
so that you
the
don't
early
want.
2010s, just because that
Yeah.
seemed I don't know. For me, it's nostalgic now. All the music, all the just the trends that went on at the time. I would want to live that as
Just
a
Dance
teenager.
being so popular.
Yes, Just Dance was so peak.
Just Dance. There's always, there's the Just Dance ones. Do you ever? I don't know if I'm alone on this, but I think that song I Got That Power song was always my favorite.
Oh, that was so
one to
good.
do. As the guys are in the spaceship or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. And they're
Oh
doing
my
their
gosh.
X.
I
their
miss
X
Just
crosses.
Dance.
Yeah, I think they said they had that mini-thon this weekend.
Is it the
With Dave, Just Dance.
Just Dance, yeah.
Kevin, we are so doing that. We are so doing that.
Is
Yeah,
it the Emoji Movie where they have to do the Just Dance
Yeah,
to get through to something? Or what movie was that?
I feel like.
I didn't see the Emoji
Oh.
movie. I never saw the Emoji movie.
But
But
yeah, Kevin, we are doing that.
yeah, I'll have to
Yes.
see where I am. But yeah,
We have
the
to do
whole-
that at some point. I need to do that.
yeah. The Just Dance thing. There's always I remember third grade well. I remember second grade somewhat well. First grade, I remember I think running into a table. No, that was no. Fifth grade, fifth grade, I ran into the table.
Second grade, I remember Geometry Dash was really popular. Do you remember Geometry Dash?
Geometry Dash, I guess.
idea what these are.
Do you
you've
remember
lost me
Geometry
on
Dash?
Just Dance. So
Yeah, I can't believe you don't know that. We got to fix that problem.
yeah, I have no idea.
But Geometry did. Well, Just Dance was used with the Wii.
Yes, I know what Just Dance is, and I've seen it, but I have no idea the names of
The
these
songs.
things you're saying.
Yeah.
There are only certain songs you could do that weren't locked out, I think. From,
Yeah.
paywalls. I remember Field Day in elementary school.
Oh my gosh, I miss Field Day
Field
so
Day
much.
in elementary
recess.
school.
My
Field-
sister's in charge of Field Day. She's a phys ed teacher over at Springford. So
Field Day in the
shout out to the phys ed people
Yes.
who
Yeah.
organized that whole thing.
I miss
Ridge Park
Day.
Field Day was the best. Every year you can always
No,
count on it.
mine in my old school was really, really fun.
I remember that you'd always have the final thing that you would do in the day, or you get randomly selected. I think you had 40 different stations or whatever. The whole day you're outside, and you're randomly put in a different station. You go around, and you always have the big two things that were always the big most popular ones.
Mhm.
Were three most popular ones: sand painting, doing the little sand art.
oh my
Yeah.
god, they
Sand
didn't
art
have
was
that.
one. The dunk tank was the
Oh
other
my god,
one.
the dunk tank.
And there was always in Ridge Park, there's a big blacktop area. So the blacktop area would have all the water events.
Oh my god.
And then in the back, you'd have all the other field day events. So you either have a morning of dry or the morning morning wet, and then you flip flop. And then you have the stuff in Lori will probably remember this so vividly when you would have the bounce house obstacle course that you would have to go through.
You are unlocking so many memories for me right now. Tug of War was always one of my
That
favorites.
was the final thing at the end.
That one was always so fun. And I remember we used to do this thing where we used to put our head on the stick. We used to have to spin around and then
Dizzy Dance. I
yes,
think they
and then
call it.
run around the cone and then run back. And then there was this other one where we had a sponge. We had to put it in there was a bucket. We soaked it in the bucket, and then we had to fill up the thing. And
With
that
it, yeah.
Did you have to take this? You had to do. I remember this one. The bucket would be at the far end. And you would
Yes.
take the sponge. You had to pass the sponge over
yes,
the other person's
yes,
head.
Yes,
And bring it all the way back.
exactly.
And that's how you filled up the thing. And it's always field
An
day
egg
was
drop,
special, but field day was special in the elementary schools. And then you got to the 4-5 school, and they kind of tried, but didn't. Like they tried and failed in a way of trying to get the like epicness of water day, field day out there,
Mhm.
and into like a team building day, which just didn't work as well. Like
Mhm.
field day is field day. You only get 4 years of great field day.
Mhm.
And then you have these like some other events. I remember you had to do like the duo bean bag, like in the sack or whatever.
Oh
it's
my
called.
gosh, yeah, the potato sack
Potato
race.
sack, yeah, potato sack race. And you do that. I don't know if you're solo in it, you would do 2 people or
Yeah.
tie something around your shoe and you do like that, like jumping away. And no one ever cheated. Everyone just
So
did
is
it
it
right.
the epic of Color Wars here? So kind
Yeah.
of like equated a little
Yeah,
bit,
but
like
with
nothing.
water, like in the summer.
Right.
But,
Like, I
like-
know it's not the same,
Yeah.
but like the feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like for me, nothing could ever compare to those peak like field day
Yeah.
I think
events in elementary
I
school.
feel like that's an elementary school core memory.
It
You're
is.
growing up. And
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying in the 2010s time period. I don't even
That
know
was-
how much field day. I know that you always get a new design of a T-shirt that you would get.
Mhm.
From
yeah,
your
every
team.
yes,
I'm like blue
and
team.
you'd get a
orange
specific
team.
color. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd always
Oh my
remember.
God.
I was always blue team.
I feel like I got gray and I got
started on
green
blue
other
team,
years.
ended on blue team, and I just always I always will always remember field day.
Oh
It
my
was
god,
such
field
a
day
fun.
was
Such a fun time. Did you have anything like field day? Like when you were in
You
elementary
trying
school?
to see, can I
No.
remember that long ago?
Well, that
yeah,
too,
we
but-
had
Because if it's
we
a
would
core
have
memory
Purple
for
Gold
us-
Day because
Yeah.
I went to Upper Moreland. Purple Gold Day, but I want to say that was in high school.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember
Field,
a field day.
yeah,
We
there's-
may have had it, but I just remember
I had
it's
elementary.
not a core memory for me.
Elementary school. There's small things that are core memories for me, like being outside while my one friend sneezed 7 times in a row, and we had to try to
Oh.
come up with a name for sneezing 7 times in a row. That's a core memory of mine
Dwarf
From-
sneezing.
from elementary school.
7 dwarfs.
yeah.
That's
So dwarf sneezing.
Yeah, I always talked to, and what are we surprised now that I always ended up talking to the lunch ladies.
I'm not shocked.
Not
that
shocked at all.
that
Aren't we
translates like
surprised?
really well.
Aren't we surprised? And I remember their name, Miss Tally was one of them, and she was amazing. And what?
I just was remember. It's funny you're saying like remembering names. I'm like, that's impressive. I do remember my gym squad that we liked. Hovis, Hal Hunt, Keely, Kinkner, Cook. So that's our last names. That was my gym squad.
It's like your squad.
And I'm
Oh my
Hovis.
gosh.
So it was Hovis, Hal Hunt, Keely, Kinkner, Cook. Isn't that weird? Like,
That's
there's
interesting
no
how
you
reason
think-
for me to remember that, but I remember it.
I
Wow.
remember the other Miss O'Rourke was she's actually does like softball stuff in the area, White Marsh softball stuff. One time, here's a funny story about this. I don't think you ever heard this one, or you. We were at a thrift store. We like going to thrift
Oh, I
stores
love
and
thrifting.
shopping at thrift stores.
Yeah.
And we're at the thrift store and we find a photo. And thrift stores, I always get a kick out of it. Thrift stores when they just have they have items that are clearly someone's thing, like a picture that was never taken out. That's clearly a family photo, never taken out.
I have a funny thrift story.
So I find by looking in the photo section, we find a little thing that says "Happy Birthday, Megan O'Rourke," and and we're like,
my
we're
gosh.
like this, and it had a Phillies logo. We know she's a Phillies fan, so we just we're like, wow, it would be so funny. I think it's a happy birthday or something like congrats. It said something, but it said her full name on the thing, and I just always remember we thought, like, why don't we buy it and give it back to her?
right.
Like she clearly gave
Yeah.
this away, or
Right.
someone gave it away. And I remember buying it, and then we took a picture of it or gave it back to her, and being like, "Here's your thrifted thing
That's
that
crazy.
you got rid of," and somehow we stumbled upon
now
at the
found
thrift
you.
store, and it has gone back to the rightful owner.
Wow.
There's
We're
some-
sure you're missing this.
That's like, what
Yeah.
are the odds of that happening? Like,
No,
I
it's
feel
like
like,
my hat story yesterday. I mean, go ahead.
what hat story?
The odds of the hat story. You didn't hear? Did I not tell you the universe hat story?
No.
Really?
Now you gotta tell
I
me.
didn't tell you. I thought you were going to tell a thrift story.
Oh, I was just saying how when me, my mom, my sisters, and my stepdad, we were all in Goodwill, and we come across this shirt. Or yeah, my stepdad and stepsister may not have been with us, but we came across this shirt and it was pink and had this picture of these two girls on it. My sister and I like look at the shirt And we're like, is that us? It looked exactly like us. And I was like, Mom, like, is there something I don't know? It wasn't us, but it looked painfully accurate to when I was little. Like, it looked exactly like me, and it scared the crap out of me. I was like, there's no way this is here.
That would be. I remember AJ bought an entire. We were at the store buying. We were buying our tweed outfits for our 1920s bike ride. And he found this like picture because they said, of course, because you know when you're in the thrift store and you see something that you never ever will use, but it's cheap, so you try to talk yourself into buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So AJ, I think, bought this entire map of a state park or something, a massive framed map.
Oh my gosh.
And bought it. I think it was a state park. It was a map of something, and he convinces and he asks we start talking to this woman, and we end up he gets convinced to buy it. And we leave there with all our tweed outfit in this massive picture frame that has to be transported on its own in the back of my car all the way back to his house. And we go in his room.
Sure, his parents are thrilled.
Oh,
he put it in his room. Okay.
He put it in his room, in this empty space in his room. Like, I don't know what you're ever going to do. In his room, he also has things from when they were destroying the middle school.
Oh.
And they let us just take random posters that they had in the back corners of that middle school. That was quite the time to be in the school.
Yeah, that was
8th grade.
When the school was like a
grade
prison.
and the destroying of.
Were you guys ever in the new middle school?
Yeah, second half of 8th grade.
Oh, nice.
So I got to experience the early stages of that building before.
It's real nice in that
I have
place.
not been there since then. I don't plan to go back there.
I've only been in there like briefly once when my mom and I had to pick up my sister from school. It is a nice building.
Is that courtyard still used for nothing? In the middle?
Not the courtyard.
Because that one courtyard, it's like a.
Is it inside the school?
It's like on the inner part of the school. It's a weird setup. I always thought that was strange.
I have no idea. I have to ask my sister that.
Middle school memory. I don't have as many as most people have middle school memories because.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of middle school
of it
memories.
was spent like in a hybrid COVID world.
Yeah.
Because my COVID time hit in the second half of 6th grade. So that meant second half of 6th grade, all of 7th grade was virtual or hybrid. And then when we came back in 8th grade, it was like lunch is still in the cafeteria, but half in this other area.
Yeah,
and some people down
they
the
had
hallway.
to sit like so like. Oh my god!
I remember sitting with AJ every lunch, and we'd sit in the right on the edge of the hallway. And every time we saw the one teacher that he didn't like coming, he like hid behind his lunchbox because he did not like this teacher that I'm not going to say names to because I don't know if she still teaches here. But middle school memories are just. I remember Mr. Mullelly's class, who now teaches here at the school. His room was the weirdest classroom. It was half the size of this room that we're in right now.
What?
It was a narrow, like, whatever, horizontal, I think, or like a straight up and down little. It looked like it was a jail cell. Honestly, that's what it looked like. There were no windows, one door, and the desks were lined up like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and barely a pathway in between the desk. You're right up against the thing. And he would always keep the door open because if you
This was after construction?
No,
or
this was before. This was before. This is the bed. This
like,
is the old middle school.
Gotcha.
And it was how the rooms were set up. There was like a room on the one side, a room on the other side, and then just this should have been a storage closet that was turned into a classroom type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was about the size of a storage closet, but extended back a little bit more. There was a projector, and it was the weirdest classroom. And if I went up and talked to him about it, I think he would agree that might have been the weirdest classroom he ever taught for him.
My
ever
gosh.
taught in, and it was a history course. It was my block 1 of the day, and to the right was the science classroom, and to the left, I honestly don't know what was to the left. It was, I think, the other science classroom, but that was the one where AJ's room where they threw a dictionary at his head, I think, or some book or something. His class was insane. But then I just remember going to the new school building that like second half of the year. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not in this room anymore. Get me out of this hallway. Then you would go down the hallway. And like that middle school was so confusing, and I didn't understand my way around.
Yeah, that's what you guys were saying.
But so you would go out of Mullelly's room and down the hallway and into Mr. Lyle's room, I think, who's now the principal of the school, or like
I think he's one of the principals.
Assistant principal.
Yeah,
of the
he's
school.
one of them.
He was the math teacher, and my class was oversized there were too many people in my class. Now, I also think the room was just too small to hold that amount of people,
Right.
which I think was also the problem. But these were also the desk where the chair is connected to the desk.
Oh my god, I hate
So
those.
the chair is connected to the desk. You're in this room where it's a math class, and I think you'll find this interesting. He couldn't really get up and walk around the room because the desks are like all up next to each other. And you tried to do groups. I remember every day you tried to do groups. You tried to do this. It
Yeah.
didn't matter. It was maybe about I think it's about the size of this room that we're in right now, as the math
Mhm.
class a little bit smaller, but then put 25 desks in the room that all of the chairs connected, and then try and do math class that way. I always remember being able to walk in that doorway, and there were desks in the back, there was a desk row in the middle, and there was a desk row at the front, and they were kind of like crammed together. And every time you got up, there was always one kid who would get up and smack his leg on the desk, and the desk would fall over, and then
Yeah.
a crashing noise. And that would be my first 2 blocks of the day.
Wow.
History and math. 2 subjects that I'm kind of okay in, but in those 2
Math?
horrendous, we're not talking about this current semester, but because it's not going well. But the 2 awful classrooms, like I have horror stories from those rooms. And then you have Miss Warwick's room, which was just big. But
Oh
she
yeah,
was
my
not
sister.
going to talk about her.
No, I
And
know my
then-
sister knows who that is.
And then Miss Child's room, who used to teach here at
Yeah.
the high school.
Yeah, she
Great
did.
person. And her room was huge. And it was like, you go from Maleli's closet
Yeah.
to her room and be like, huh, I remember writing
That should be a band name, Maleli's Closet.
this closet.
Make a rock band, Mr. Maleli.
I remember at the end of the year, and Brielle, I wish you were at the middle school to do this. I think a lot of kids like this. At the end of the time when they knew the building was going to get destroyed, they allowed you to write on the walls in
Aw.
Sharpie marker. And I think this is a highlight for a lot of kids in
Oh,
my
I'm
grade.
sure.
And you could write anything on the wall. Now, be school appropriate
Within reason.
within reason. And
Oh god.
within reason.
What did
brings
you
me to a
write?
sports topic. I didn't write it. AJ has a picture of, I think he wrote F. Rob Manfred on the wall, which was is the MLB commissioner.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
Ben Simmons sucks on the
Yeah.
wall.
You
as
know what?
well.
That's valid.
This was around that time
yeah.
where he was,
That
killing
was
us.
brutal.
But there were so many things. I don't remember what I wrote, but I remember leaving that building that last day. I was not sad to leave. I was very happy to leave.
Mhm.
That building was awful. And I remember the Latin class.
Oh god.
Salmonimina. Oh God. I'm talking a lot, but yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's a memory lane
I know.
trip.
I wish I would have gone to the middle school, but I wanted to stick it out at my old school, but
Just 1 year. All you needed was 2 days in that building to say you never want to do that building ever again. And this building is awesome.
oh yeah, the new buildings.
this
I've
buil-
been in the auditorium before. I don't know if I've been much
what
else.
in
the middle school?
in the old, the new building or
The
the,
new.
old building?
The new.
Did you ever go to the old building at all?
I mean, I've probably been in a classroom for a meeting, but not much now.
The entrance was even weird. You would enter and the main office was
Yeah,
right next to the gym.
Even the entrance now is just. I think it still is that way, isn't it?
It is, but it's not. But it's worse. It was like they just. The whole thing was weird. I loved how they called it a baseball diamond. It's the dumbest name for
I
the
wish you
building.
had pictures of the inside of the school so I can
You
actually
probably
see.
do. You can probably look it up online.
Now I
The
want
principal was great. Mr. Fowler, amazing person. He
Mhm.
was the principal of the school. You've gone through how many principals since you've been here?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because Bacani was a basketball player at one point here. That's what I know.
He actually, I
Sport
want to
player.
say that I started the same year that Dr. Bacani started because he was an elementary school teacher originally.
So I'm going to see if I can do this on my head. Of the teachers that are here now, like D'Onofrio's been here for a while.
Right.
He was, I'm guessing, what year did you start?
98.
Okay, so D'Onofrio was probably here.
Mhm.
Ms. Pinner, is she here?
No, she
She
came
retired.
later.
She came later.
She came later.
Didn't she retire?
Yes, but I'm trying to think of teachers that were here
I'm
when,
trying to
when
find
she
this-
started.
Yeah.
I'm trying, I could,
Well, Miss Ruggiero, Miss Lynch.
yeah, not the
Miss
college counselor, Miss
Kahn.
Lynch.
Right.
Miss Kahn. Oh boy.
Let's go other.
Mr. Bolin, no, not I don't think so.
I don't
right?
think so.
Oh, well, there's
No.
this picture of them breaking ground at the new middle school.
Breaking ground at the new middle school while I was in my terrible library
Mr. Carr
course.
was here.
Where is, like,
Mr. Wilson?
Mr. Wilson was a little after me.
Was
where
Stoudemire
is this
here?
thing before?
He was a little after me, I
A
think.
little after.
Oh, was it?
Are you the longest, one of
Kevin?
the longest tenured math teachers at this
It
point?
go,
Because
no,
I guess
it
you
goes,
said Khan and Ruggiero, so
and Lynch. Those
you're
three.
going.
I feel like I'm missing someone, but maybe I'm not.
Miss Diamond, no.
No.
No. So
no.
there's a lot of teachers. Let me see. Did I hit everything on here?
Yeah,
Oh,
where is,
where-
like, I'm trying to find all these pictures of, like, the old middle school.
where did you end up going to college?
Lafayette College is where I went for my undergrad, my 4 years there. And then when I went back to school at night to get my teaching certificate, that was at St. Joe's.
What was your favorite college like story? You have one?
That is a great question. I think this is a unique story. It's not my favorite because it's
Yeah.
not really the best ending.
Crap.
But
Kevin, I have to
okay.
step up. That.
when I was a freshman, someone was injured on the lacrosse team, so I got pulled up onto the varsity team. And so I played like the second half of the season. And so that was such a great experience. It was awesome to be a freshman on varsity and playing against all these teams. And so we were nationally ranked. And we
What division? Like D1 or is it?
Yes,
it is
D1.
Oh, that's nice.
And so we had, I want to say it was like a play-in game to make the playoffs for.
Do they do like a March Madness type playoff for that? Or is
So
that not?
it's funny. I'm not even remembering because like we're part of the Patriot League, so there's that. But this was to go into, I guess lacrosse. I don't know what playoff it would. I don't even know what it would be like. I've never. This was the only time we ever of all of my
It's the only
sports
time
did
you
it,
got
so
far
only
enough
time.
to think about that.
So the girl that I was in for was no longer injured. So she came back and they played her.
Now were you playing well enough for like?
Well,
like,
she
carry your
she
weight?
got her and then she got her position back, and so I was bummed because we were
Whoa.
playing Penn State
Ooh.
in our
I do
stadium.
not like Penn State.
And I was so excited, and so I didn't get to play, so I was
Aw.
bummed out. Well, then there was maybe a couple minutes left in the game, and we're down 1 goal, and I get put in.
Oh, I can see. Where
And
this
they
might
put
go.
me in on offense, which I'm not an offensive player, but I'm left-handed. So they thought like they don't know anything about me. They don't know like this girl hasn't played. So they set up this play for me to
To try
get
to score?
open, to, like this pick to like really get me open to like throw the ball to me, and I go right in because it was like a foul, and it didn't work. And it was like just the connection didn't work. And I just always remember that. I'm like, how cool that would have been to be like
The one to
in
tie
for
it.
like 1 minute and be the one person to, get it tied and go into that. But so it wasn't depressing or anything, but it was a cool experience.
So you enjoyed your college experience?
I did. I
like
did a
everyone says
lot.
that.
I would say like, first of all, socially, I really enjoyed it. And with sports, I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot, but unfortunately, I learned a lot about what I didn't want to do. And that was kind of tough to spend all that money on a college and
end up not
going in that area. And so that
stayed-
I think a lot about that as my kids are entering
Mhm.
into the
Yeah.
college path. And my daughter came home the other day and she's just like, I need to know what I'm going to major in. She's a sophomore. I'm like, you don't.
You don't need to know that yet.
I'm like, you need to know what you're interested in. You
Yes.
need to find out all the things you're interested in. You may want to look at colleges and see if you like big schools, small
Yeah,
schools, everything. Like,
like-
do all that, sure. But you do not need to know right now what you want to do for the rest of your
No,
life.
you don't. I was lucky that I knew as early as I did. And
Same
even
here.
then, it's like,
Yeah.
it's still like
Yeah.
trying to figure out what I want to do in that.
Yeah.
You didn't move very far away either. Like, I'm guessing you grew up around here. If your
Yes.
dad worked,
Yes,
Here.
I grew up I went to Upper Moreland. I grew up in
Yeah.
Hatboro. And and Lafayette wasn't far. And I lived when I first was
Did
working
you
here.
you wanted to go to school close? Was that like your plan?
Do you know,
or-
I had no idea.
Really?
I was one of those, like, I guess I was like a jock. I was one of those where I just knew I wanted to play for a good team. I wanted to get a good education. So, yeah,
You were kind of good with wherever.
I lucked out. I for sure lucked out. But I do believe, like, you make your own luck, that, you know, I would have made it work wherever I go. So I do believe in that in myself. But yeah, as I look at my kids, neither of them being athletes,
Which
but,
seems to always happen if you have a.
yeah, but you know, that's what I hope for them, that they just
Yeah.
find what they enjoy doing, or an area that they can at least try to pursue something, or multiple areas.
So we're gonna finish this off with a prediction, or like thoughts about actual, because we talked about sports at this point.
Yeah.
So thoughts about the 4 current sports teams and where we are.
Oh, I'm
Because
excited for this
will
one.
be out. This will be out by the end of the night tonight. It's like, so we can't really talk about the draft, because
Yeah.
no one's gonna really, because if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to this Friday after the draft, so our kind of points are invalid
Yeah.
by that point. So Eagle will go across the board. Start with the Eagles. Are we happy with what they are and how they're going to be next year?
I'm excited for
Without AJ Brown.
for me answering this.
Go ahead.
Oh, I have to go first? I thought
Yeah.
Miss Joy wanted to go first. I don't know.
No, go for it.
Okay. All right.
You're
So
Mrs.
I'm in
Eagles
deep
over
thought.
here.
yes, I am. Yeah. I mean,
It's a
my
proud
gosh.
title.
Yes. I mean, if I have since I'm not having any kids, the first thing that I'm getting my niece or nephew's an Eagles jersey right away. First thing. Because I don't want any kids of my own, but they need to be raised right. They can't be raised like a Giants fan. I'm sorry. No. But with the Eagles, honestly, I don't want to see AJ Brown go, but
He's going.
I know he's going, but I
To the
don't.
Patriots.
Are we saying
I'm
this is
not-
the prediction? This isn't known or anything
Oh,
like that,
it's
right?
pretty much known at this point.
Yeah,
Adam
it's-
Schefter reported it that on June 1st he will be traded to the Patriots.
Okay.
He will leave the Eagles. He will, if he's not with the Eagles, I think everyone would be shell shocked.
Yeah.
People, I'm even thinking there might be a chance he's gone tonight. In
Yeah.
a deal somewhere, but most likely New England is where he's going. But he
Yeah,
won't be
I
with
mean,
us.
I don't want to see him go. I feel like we got some really good years out of him. I mean, we won a Super Bowl with him, and yeah, this past year it was a struggle year, but I just hate to see him go, because him and Smitty were such a dynamic duo, like skinny Batman and swole Batman. I remember. But yeah, I hope the Eagles are good this year. I hope we get some
Do you think they're a Super Bowl type team still?
It's hard to tell right now, just
Yeah.
with the whole AJ Brown situation. I can't exactly say. And with Stoutland kind of stepping down and taking a smaller role in the company, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as successful as a year as we all hope. But Sixers, I'm
gonna do one team at a time.
okay.
Eagles first.
No idea.
Wearing your Eagles jersey, proud with no
Yes,
clue.
wearing it proud. No, I mean, it's just the same story, different year. Just there's always ups and downs.
At least we
with
have a new
it.
offensive
There's,
coordinator this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
There's no consistency. So
So, Brielle, for your last Eagles thing, I know by the time someone listens to this, it will be tomorrow. But if you are the Eagles, who do you think they will end up drafting tonight? And then when you listen back to this, we can figure out if you were right or wrong, and everyone
think
can
we're
say if
gonna
you
get-
were right or wrong.
I think we're going to get an OT or a DT.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to.
An
first
offensive
round.
tackle or
Yeah.
defensive tackle.
Seems like a thing they're
We
going to go for.
we
Yeah.
need. And we need someone that can kind of fill in that
Not the tight end guy that they all keep talking about, Sadiq or whatever.
Sadiq. I mean, we might, but I'm not totally sure about that.
And he'll
But
go to the Giants.
ew, God. And I'm nervous because one of my favorite players in the draft is probably going to go to one of my
Cowboys?
like Sonny Styles and
I
all
don't
that.
know
And
any
Caleb
of these
Downs.
names.
They're Buckeyes.
Oh, okay. I recognize the Caleb Downs name.
Yeah, it's
then
Josh Downs' brother.
So Eagles are kind of like the team currently in the city that is on the back burner
yes.
with the other 3, and we will go. We can go positive to negative. So we'll go to the Phillies next. And
Ooh.
my question to you is: number 1, when are we going to get out of this rut? And number two, will you be, which of the All-Star game events will you most likely to watch? Because they're in Philadelphia. And that's been a big talking point lately. So, Brielle, again, you can start. Also, my thought with the Eagles is I do think this is just going to be kind of like the Phillies type year where we all go crashing back down. We'll see.
It's gonna take me back to the 2020 season.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Phillies wise.
Phillies. Okay, so we can't hit, number 1. Number 2, we can't pitch. Number 3, Taijuan Walker is gone, so that is like a weight off of the whole city's shoulders. And I really hope that we can make some big change that makes everything, like, makes us win, although I doubt that's going to be the case. I don't think it's ever just one thing. But
we're starting to make a comeback.
What?
We're now down 6-5.
Oh,
We started-
how about that?
We started to make a comeback.
that's good. But yeah, I don't. It just doesn't seem like it's. I mean,
It just
crap,
seems
the
a
Pirates
little
are better
bit.
than us.
It just seems a little bit like stalling out. It just seems a little bit like something. They need a shakedown of some sort, like something. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't have much to say about any of this, but and I do watch sports and I do, but it's just it's nothing to get excited about right now.
No.
And it's
just terrible.
No, it's
It's not
nothing
fun to
has
watch.
gotten fixed from last year,
no, it's
No.
and
pretty much
some
the
things have
same.
gotten worse.
It's just like the same. It's like, I mean, we already had issues hitting last year, and then this
Yeah.
year it's just like the pitching is like not where it should be at.
Yeah,
Brandon Marsh has 2 home runs today.
good for
Oh
him.
my
That's
gosh,
the reason the Phillies
yay.
have runs.
That's awesome. Me,
So
Marsh.
that's good for him. I think the Phillies are a complete nightmare and they're going nowhere, so that's just depressing.
That sums up.
Move
that
on.
Sums up my thought
Sixers.
process. Oh, Sixers.
Will they win another game this series?
I'd say if they win another
Yes.
game, if they win it by like the skin of their teeth, like
They
I know,
played really well though.
I know, but like I'm just not sure whether that was like luck or not.
Maybe it was.
I'm just not sure because the reason why I say that is because we got smoked by 30 points in the previous game.
Yeah, well,
Which is why I'm not getting like my hopes up. Yeah, of course I want us to win. Yeah, I think like we'll
I've
win at
watched-
least another, but I don't know how it's
I've
gonna
watched
go.
one Sixers game where I actually paid attention and then they won. So maybe
that
that's-
didn't-
There we
that's
go.
what John's
That's my
doing.
prediction. Kevin should watch it.
Kevin should
Yeah.
watch, which I will be at Minithon, so I probably won't be able to watch.
Yeah.
Then
Oh yeah, I forgot that is that night.
yeah, I think they were saying they might have a TV where that's on. to watch
Okay.
the Sixers
Okay.
game.
As long as
Which
that's
might-
good. Okay.
Do you watch any of the playoff basketball at
Nope.
all? I would
Nope.
guess.
And I will say, part of me is my dad was all basketball. He coached basketball here. He did basketball. I refused to play basketball.
That's how my dad was.
I do like to watch college basketball and do some of that,
Yes,
but
college basketball is a lot of
I
fun.
do not watch professional basketball at all.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't.
I just miss the defense of all that. It's just all offense these days, so it doesn't make it as
Mhm.
fun to watch. But
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. So I'm going to pass on this one.
all right, and then
And finally, the team that everyone's very happy about right now is the
Yes.
Philadelphia Flyers.
oh my god, where do I even start?
I think I'll start. Because you said, where do you even start? So I'll start.
Yeah, I know. I was asking you.
The Flyers will win one more game. I don't think they'll blow a series lead at this point. I think Pittsburgh is so far down right now, and they've got them where they want them. I would not be shocked if they don't win Friday. I said the same thing about last night, and then
Don't they
just
play Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose and they have to go back to Pittsburgh and play a game, but I don't. There's a chance this is a sweep. Pittsburgh looks destroyed.
Yeah.
And when you move on from that, you would either play the Senators or the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are a very good team. They're my second favorite team in the sport, so I watch a lot of those. I watch a lot of those games. 116 points later. Very good hockey team. They do not play the same brand of smack your face out type of hockey that the Flyers do,
Mhm.
but they're a very skilled and talented hockey team. So if the Flyers play the Hurricanes, that would be kind of like the Padres playing the Phillies for me. So it'd be really fun to see.
Mhm.
I don't think the Flyers win that series, but I didn't think they would be up 3-0 right now.
Right.
So
I was not expecting that. I thought
do you
that.
think they win? Do they think they move on? move on and play
Flyers?
well against the Hurricanes? Yes.
Ooh, I think the Hurricanes, I think they're really going to test the Flyers. I
Mhm.
don't think it's going to be as
Hurricane-
I don't think it's going to be as I'm not going to say going
Yeah.
against Pittsburgh's easy, but we're up 3-0 in the
Malkin's
series.
still huge.
I mean, there were 6 people. There were
11
6
people in the penalty box.
Yeah, at one point there was 6 of our starters in there.
Yes.
And then there was another point where Travis Konechny was on the ground getting punched in the
Yeah.
face by some dude, I don't even know his name on the Penguins. And the thing is that I was always telling Kevin is that how part of my family's from Pittsburgh. So we absolutely hate the Penguins and they absolutely hate us. Through
Right.
the radio, you can hear Penguins fans screaming, "Flyers suck!" The rivalry's bitter, but it's always so funny because it's it's just divided. It's me, my mom, and my sister that like the Flyers. It's my stepdad and my other sister
We
who.
were talking about you yesterday while watching the game, and my mom was
Oh,
like,
glad I'm a conversation piece.
My mom was like, "Is Brielle watching the game?" I'm like, "Yes, I would assume."
Yeah, I
Brielle was
texted
watching."
you and you didn't respond.
I wasn't looking at my phone much during the game. I was watching the game.
No, I know. I was joking.
So yeah, that is I think that's a good wrap. on
Yeah.
all the things that were on my pink piece of paper.
Yeah.
In
Yeah, you're
front of
pretty
me.
pink piece of paper.
And that will be it. So Miss
Well, I
Joy,
appreciate you having me.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Me
so
too.
The next one we'll have of this will be Miss Downer at some point.
Awesome.
Miss Downer, Mr. Blizzard, Mr. Duncan are the next remaining guests. that need to
I've
come
loved
on
all
this.
the candidates that we've had on so
Oh,
far.
good. Well, I'm glad.
Monero, Miss Gear,
Monero.
Monero, Miss Gear, Miss Hoffman, and now Miss Joy.
There we
So
go.
we ran through a lot. This will be posted on the Flannery Sports Booth YouTube channel, and hopefully we all have some good sports luck in the future.
Yes.
And everything doesn't just go hit something and go
Yes.
right down like we're all used to here in Philadelphia. So with that being said, I'm Kevin Flannery signing off alongside
Brielle.
and Miss Joy. Have a great night, everyone, and go Eagles with the draft.
Yeah, go Birds.
Phillies because they're now tied, and go.
Woo!
I know it's great. I'm watching.
Woohoo!
And go Phillies with maybe
Who
improving.
scored?
And I don't know. I think Sosa hit a double, but whatever it was, we're in good shape here. If you've been listening to this podcast as we've gone, the Phillies have slowly made it like all the way through. Like we came into this podcast and they were down 4-1, and slowly
Mhm.
made it all the way back to a tie
Yeah.
game. So
Bringing them
so
luck.
have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye.